UFC predictions video as we have UFC 274 taking place on Saturday, May 7th in Phoenix, Arizona. Just going to give my predictions for the main card. Keep in mind, card subject to change, and I'm recording this video on Tuesday, April 26th, about 9:30 Central Standard Time. And if you're a fan of the UFC, make sure you smash that like button. Sound off in the comments section about what your thoughts are on these predictions of your own, future fight predictions, and of course, don't forget to hit that sub button and subscribe to the channel, join the team, and show your support. So kicking things off in the UFC lightweight division, we have a returning Jolie Ozan versus Donald Cowboy Cerrone. This fight may likely be Cerrone's last fight, or at least last fight in the UFC. I think this is certainly a winnable fight for Cerrone, and this very well could be a sneaky fight for fight of the night, depending on what happens in this fight versus the other fights. Of course, this card is pretty stacked, so likelihood of that probably won't happen, but you never know. But I think Donald Cerrone is going to win this fight. It's Leozan hasn't fought in the UFC since 2019. Cerrone has fought nothing but studs mainly in his last 5 fights. He's on a losing streak, obviously, but I think he can get the job done. It's possible that he could get knocked out again. It may happen, but I'm going to go with Cowboy Cerrone, and he is the betting favorite as of right now. He's a -165. But it's very close. So I'm going with Cerrone. Next up in the UFC light heavyweight division, we have the former light heavyweight champion of the world, Mauricio Shogun Rua, versus Ovince St. Preux. St. Preux right now is the betting favorite. I haven't really been overly impressed with anything that he's done as of late. I think this guy should be fighting at heavyweight. I mean, he's got a big build. I'm not sure why he fights at light, or I'm not sure why he fights at light heavyweight when he should be fighting at heavyweight. But with that said, I think Shogun Rua is going to win this fight. It's a fight that you could flip a coin on. I just think Shogun Rua has more tricks, and he has more ways to win the fight. But it's a fight. Anything can happen. But I'm going to pick Shogun Rua to win the fight. And this fight might not even be on the main card. It might get put on the prelims possibly. But as it stands right now, it's listed on the main card. So that's why I'm going to go with Shogun Rua in this fight. Next up in the lightweight division, this is going to be a crazy fight. We have Tony Ferguson returning to the octagon against Michael Chandler. This could easily be fight of the night. These guys are killers. I know Ferguson's on a losing streak, and actually Michael Chandler is also on a losing streak. I think obviously Michael Chandler has looked a lot more impressive than Tony Ferguson has in his losing streak, and I am going to go with Michael Chandler. I wish the best for Tony Ferguson, because I don't know if he's necessarily done fighting, because he's just kind of in a rough patch right now. He lost to Gaethje. Gaethje destroyed him, and then he lost to Charles Oliveira, and then of course he lost to Beneil Dariush. But I think that Chandler is going to get the job done. Could be either way. I mean, Chandler's a big favorite right now, but you never know what can happen. I hope El Cucuy, has some gas left in the tank, and I would like to see him win a few fights before it's all said and done. But I am going to go with Michael Chandler. I really do like Michael Chandler, and I'm not trying to pick with emotion behind this one. I just think Chandler right now is the more impressive fighter. But hey, you never know. El Cucuy could fuck him up, and that might happen. So going with Michael Chandler on that one. In the co-main event of the evening, in the women's strawweight division, we have Carla Esparza going against the reigning defending strawweight champion of the world, Thug Rose Namajunas. I think Rose Namajunas is going to win this fight. I just don't think Esparza is necessarily the best competition. She's on a winning streak, but I don't know. Thug Rose, I mean, Trevor Whitman is so great with preparing his fighters to fight, that I think Thug Rose is going to get the job done. And she, of course, right now is, well, she's actually not that big of a favorite. She's a -200 right now, but I think that spread is going to get a lot higher and I'm going to go with Thug Rose in this one just because I think she'll be champion for at least another year. But hey, who knows? And then in the main event of the evening for the UFC Lightweight Championship of the World, we have the challenger Justin the Highlight Gaethje versus the champion Charles Oliveira. Oliveira has been on a roll. He's beaten a lot of people in a row. Recently, Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler, and Dustin Poirier. Justin Gaethje is my favorite active fighter in the UFC. I love watching Gaethje fights. They're always exciting. They're always entertaining. I'm trying to leave personal bias out of this. I will say this. If Justin Gaethje connects like Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier did on Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje is going to be the new lightweight champion of the world. Simple as that. If Oliveira can get Gaethje on the ground and do submissions and do whatever he needs to do, then Oliveira is going to win and be still champion. My pick for this one, trying to leave personal bias out of it, I think Justin Gaethje is going to connect on Oliveira and win the UFC Lightweight Championship of the World. I just think it's a perfect fight for Gaethje. Gaethje has elite wrestling if he wants to use it, and I think he can use that as a defense against Oliveira and his craftiness with submissions and stuff. Just stay out of those positions, do your best. But if he connects with the just shots that Chandler and Poirier landed, I think Oliveira is going to go night-night. But Oliveira has shown that he can take a punch and face adversity, so you don't know. But this is the guy that used to lose a lot back in the day, and then now all of a sudden is on a huge winning streak. But I think Gaethje is going to take it and become the new champion. I could be wrong. I admit Oliveira has looked damn good, and I almost thought about giving him my prediction, but I have to go with Gaethje just because of what I've seen in the war against Michael Chandler and the shots that Gaethje took against Chandler. He just has to stay away from submissions, which against Oliveira is going to be difficult, but I think Gaethje can do his best to do that. So I'm going with Justin Gaethje, and those are my predictions for the card. And remember, like I said, if you're a fan of UFC, make sure you smash that like button. Sound off in the comments section about what your thoughts are on this card. Who are you predicting, or any future predictions that you have? What will be the fight for the light heavyweight championship when it's all said and done? Will it be John Jones versus Stipe Miocic, or will it be John Jones against somebody else? Who knows? When will we have that fight? July, August, September, I hear now? And then, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.